Hey everybody, what up? Mario here, and we're going to be playing some Game Dev Tycoon this evening for a couple of hours. Just bear with me one moment, I'm just going to be messing around a little bit with my social media, making sure everybody knows that I'm streaming. Going to be playing with a mouse and keyboard, which is another reason why I'm playing this game. If you're not familiar with where I am on the series, just have a look at my YouTube channel whenever you have time. And if you're not, then I'll definitely bring you up to speed in this video. It's going to be roughly about 2 hours. I'm only going to be doing 2 hours this evening, everybody. Have a little bit of things to do. Actually, a lot of things to do, to be completely honest with you. So, again, just bear with me one moment. Doing the social media thingy can be a little tedious, but just want to make sure that everybody's aware that they can come and say hello if they'd like. Big things coming up this week, ladies and gentlemen. Let's just say long nights, early mornings, as is normal with the hustle of life. And let's see. That should be pretty much it. There we go. So we're all good to go. Without further ado, let's play some Game Dev Tycoon. Click, click. Make sure everybody can see and hear everything properly. Gonna adjust the mic a little bit. Alright, so let's just have a look at the game history right off the bat. What you want to do, obviously, is you want to click on the screen to stop the time from going any further than it has to. We're on week 3, month 2, year 10, with 8,000 fans, $2.1 million. I did have about $3.1 million. Got a new employee, Nicholas Boone, couple of achievements. RPGs are a popular genre right now, so we're going to capitalize on that, most assuredly. Let's go to our game history. It hasn't been the best playthrough I've ever gotten. We've had some ups and downs, some big ups, some big downs. The Depths was a recent RPG that we released, and it did horribly, just horrible. And, well, I'm a little disappointed in what it was. Maybe we can capitalize on an RPG again, even though it's a back-to-back sort of thing. We did take a net loss on this one so far. This one got a 5. Prior to that, we did a military strategy game that only garnered a 3.75, which I'm very ashamed of. That's the lowest score I've ever gotten. Prior to that, it was a sci-fi action game, 6.25. 5.75 for a dance casual game called The Dancing Fool, an ode to Frank Zappa. And the previous title was The Depths, which generated just a shade under $720,000. Previous RPG. And then we did Game Dev Tycoon, which only got a 4, sadly. I did Game Dev Simulation, first time trying that combination. It did not do well, $740 loss. 7.75 for Westeland, post-apocalyptic adventure. Tanks a lot. Military strategy only got a 5.5. Cosmic Rays 8.25. Sci-fi action. All of these are on the PC. Trying to master the PC because it's the best console that the best platform that I can remember. It has a very even market share and you can make quite a bit of money on it. Crawlers was another dungeon RPG that I had created. Hospital simulation called Ambulance gave me a little boost of income. The $1 million game was a dungeon adventure game called Dark Caverns. 9.25 is what it got. We also did a military strategy game called Copter, which is a 7.5. Another military action game called Tanks. 8.5 is what it garnered. The Green Slime, which is a homage to a B-movie classic of the same name. 7.25 post-apocalyptic RPG. Hospital simulation called Surgeon, even though it really isn't a surgeon simulation. 6.75. Laugh It Up, comedy adventure. Hero Quest, sci-fi ops, Life on the Road, and that's it. That's where we are. I don't want to go back into the RPG genre because I don't want to duplicate any. I don't want to do any back-to-backs, in other words. Can barely speak this evening. Alright, so we just did a RPG, like I've said so many times. And then it was a strategy, action, casual, RPG again, simulation. I think we're overdue for an adventure game. So why not do that? Even though RPGs are trending, why not do an adventure game? So, what I've been doing pretty much non-stop is developing new games until I can get enough research points to make my new engine. It's going to have to be somewhere around the $500,000 mark in order to get an achievement. We're not going to develop another sequel for quite some time until I get that engine completely done. So let's develop a new game altogether. As I said, I always go with the PC, trying to master it. Let me just show you what I mean here. You get little hints here. Casual does not work well at all on the PC, so I try to avoid casual, even though it's trending sometimes. So, I haven't tried a young audience, but I think it's not very good. Rated E for everyone works well, as indicated by the 2 pluses here, and mature audiences is a triple plus, which means it works very well for a PC. 18.5% market share, which is down 0.1% from the last game that I created. Simulation works well, adventure works well, strategy also works well, RPGs fairly decent, and so is action game. Casual is terrible. So, we're going to go in adventure, and you can see the dungeon works very well for a adventure game for a mature audience. We're going to try post-apocalyptic though, post-apocalyptic adventure. It's an okay combination on the PC. We're going to do it M for mature to see how well post-apocalyptic goes well for a mature audience, which I'm assuming it'll work very well. We're going to keep going with small. Medium games tend to cost a bit more, so we're not going to go with that. What's a good name for a adventure post-apocalyptic game? Let's just call it APOC. Something very short and sweet. We'll call it APOC. Game engine, Torque 2D. I actually own in real life the Torque 3D engine. So this is kind of a play on that, spelled differently obviously. So, $35,000 is a startup cost. Let's go ahead and get to it. We're going to use 2D Graphics V2, which is an extra $30K. Very good. Story and quests gets a triple plus with a question mark. Now that has really no bearing on what's going to happen here, but we're going to crank this sucker up. Engine, all the way down. Gameplay, right around here. You want to keep gameplay. You see here, game tutorial is a better user experience. 96%. You want to get that to at least 100%. I don't want any lacking of gameplay in this combination, but the focus will be primarily on story quests. We also added linear story and save game. Let's go ahead with this. Experiment a little bit. This should generate, hopefully, a good combination of technology and design. I'm looking for more technology than design. Artificial intelligence seems to be, I guess, kind of lacking here. We're going to increase design slightly. However, artificial intelligence is going to remain all the way down. Oh, just bear with me one moment, folks. Got a message here. Just trying to balance doing the social media thing and the playing of the game at the same time. Relatively new at this, so just bear with me. We're going to go with this combination. Time allocation really has no bearing on the fact that you're not going to focus on artificial intelligence. As you can see, you are focusing on it. Otherwise, this would be not even highlighted. So it's not to say that artificial intelligence has no focus. It does, so let's go ahead with that. Maybe we'll generate... We have to go 20 and 20. I'm very worried about technology right now. Sound doesn't seem to be very important. World design does seem to be a little important. Graphics seem to be okay. However, I'm going to put world design down to here, and we're going to focus solely on graphics for the time being. Sound is, of course, all the way down. Gotta make sure of that. But we don't want to neglect sound, so we've added mono, and of course the graphic engine is 2D Graphics version 2. Let's go ahead and click OK, and try out this combination. If it doesn't work out well, we can always scrap it. Nintendo announced the Nintendo 64, TES 64. I'll let you read that briefly. If you're watching this on YouTube, of course, you can pause that. I highly recommend you read the tutorials if you haven't played this game before. This was an independent game released by the developer Greenheart Games. I bought this on release for the full price. Wasn't nearly as patched as it is now. And I still enjoy it. I enjoyed it then, I enjoy it now. So the depths did poorly. It did 28,000 units sold. That's terrible performance. I would have expected more. I'm disappointed in technology right now. However, oh, we keep adding things. Market is normalized again with no particular strong trend at the moment. I try not to focus on trends too much. Our cash is dwindling rapidly, $1.8 million. So we're going to go until this cash is completely gone. When I get to about $1 million, and if we haven't made any more successful games, I'm going to have to fire that employee and basically do this by myself again. So I don't want to do that. Let's do a small booth here at G3, which will be coming up this month. Let's finish this up. 59 research. 1.3 multiplier. Very happy to announce. Let's just forward through that rather quickly. Graphics, everything seems to be leveling up quite well. Nicholas Boone needs to level up a little bit faster. I'm not really complaining though. Let's go ahead and release this game. Why not? Every little bit helps at this point. We haven't broke any records in terms of technology or design, and I can certainly use the experience. Let's go ahead. Reviews for APOC came in. Give me something good. There we are. Give me something decent. Looks like a 7. Give me an 8 or a 9. 8, I can do that. And what else do we have here? So that's good. Let's do, right away, generate a game report. For APOC, I got a 7.5 average, which I like. And while we're doing that, you can research something. We have to hurry and focus on some of these advancements. Let's go with branching story. We seem to enjoy doing stories kind of well. I don't know. It's a lot of money, but we could use that to build a new engine, so why not? There we go, it generated a bit of cash. Rank number 20, I'm okay with that. Gameplay seems to be not very important for this type of game. Topic is very good with the mature audience, which is nice to hear. And the TES 64 has been released. We're going to try to go through this as quickly as possible as well. So we seem to be hovering around the $2 million mark. I used to have $3 million, but expenses kind of got in the way a little bit. Let's do some research here as well. Wait, I didn't mean that. Let's go ahead and spend some of this money that's coming in. We have no choice in the matter. Oh, we don't have that much. Shoot. Can we do a new topic? Vampire. Sure, go for vampire. We need new topics, certainly. Branching story has been discovered. In the meantime, we are still going to research maybe a new topic. Hacking, detective. Detective sounds decent. You can do a detective adventure game without any problems. Excellent. We're going to wait for Mr. Boone to complete his research. And while we're here, we're going to train him. Obviously, I've been experimenting with these a little bit. Technology, design, research, and speed seem to be just not very much important. I want to increase his technology and speed. So far, Don't repeat yourself increases speed. We're going to go through all of these to show you exactly what they do. We're going to go game design for pirates for now. It's going to cost $15,000 and 5 research points, but that's okay. It'll be worth it. I can't seem to do anything with her. There's no need to research, because I'm kind of an all-rounder. Her name is Nancy Wilson. It's a reference to a jazz vocalist, musician, songwriter. There we go. 84,000 units, roughly under $600,000, 600,000 in sales. My apologies. So that seems to be done. Can we develop an engine? Will we be able to? 2D graphics version 3. I don't want to use any more of these, although I probably could, couldn't I? Go with all of that. Branching story, simple cutscenes, multiplayer, character progression, better dialogues, open world, day and night cycle. Well, that's intriguing. We could make this game engine be well over $500,000, which is an achievement. I can sort of afford it, but I'm not so sure. We already have... Yeah, this would be our 500K right now because we already have V2 in graphics. Have to maintain linear story. Have to maintain all of these. Not to say that we would neglect doing anything. Why not? You only live once. Let's do Torque 3D engine, because we do have 3D capabilities, as I've researched here. Let's create the engine, and it's going to generate a little bit of research points. We are at month 8, week 4, so it's the beginning of month 9. This should take about 3 months, bring us to year 11. 9,000 fans. We should be doing okay. Hey, Oreo. How are you doing this evening? Oh, don't burn out on me. I know you're going to be tired after this, so I'm going to let you rest, but we should be able to get an achievement after this, and that's all I care about. She's burnt out too. Whenever they scratch their head, it means two things. Either they have lice or they're just burnt out. We are making a little bit of progress in research, so we're going to take that opportunity to boost whatever we can. There we go. Every little bit helps. The Super TES, or Super Nintendo, will be taken off the market in 2 months. I did not make a game for that. After this, I'm just going to let him go on vacation and recharge his batteries, because we're only at $1.3 million. We need a nice hit. So let's go ahead. Send on vacation. Maybe you could research something else. Let's see what we have in topic. Movies, vocabulary, romance, hacking. Hacking obviously is a good one, but we already got detective and vampire. I'm a little bit skeptical about this. We also did not research stereo sound, which we probably should have. Oh well. I haven't encountered a game that required sound except for the dance games and the music games. Seems that the market is particularly well to games with new topics at the moment. New topics, huh? Well, this is going to work out well, I think. And Nicholas Boone is back from his vacation. Let's develop a new game quickly. Pick our topic. Our topic is going to be... Shoot. Vampire. Action. Little suboptimal to put it on the PC. Mature seems to work okay for an action game, I don't know. Strategy, adventure, RPG. Let's do a vampire action game for the PC with our new engine, the Torque 3D engine. And let's call it... let's call it... Revamped. It sounds silly. Let's focus on a mature audience. I haven't done that with an action game before. I want to see if that makes a difference. On the PC, it seems to do well. They seem to sell well on the PC. Vampire action game. We'll see. We're going to go with... shoot. 2D. Or 3D. Let's do 3D, even though it's just version 1. Let's do 3D anyway. It's less money, and I have to watch how much money I spend on this one. Come on. Super TES is no longer supported. Ah, that's a good sign. So this says gameplay is exceptionally important, especially for an action game. So something tells me let's put this here. Story quests do not matter in an action game. Let's focus on the engine as well. We're going to have to do branching story. Oh, goodness. Oh, that's not good at all. Really not good at all. Ugh. I don't know. Linear story seems decent. Branching story, simple cutscenes maybe? And linear story? I want to make sure that it's... alright. That seems okay. Let's see. Save game for the engine. On a vampire game? Multiplayer? I'm not sure. Character progression, yes. Oof. Game tutorials, better user experience. Multiplayer. Arg. See, it gets a little bit more difficult to balance these things when you have simple cutscenes, linear story, branching story, so forth. Gameplay has to be focused on a little bit, so... right. Simple cutscenes need to be focused on. Dang. Gameplay, better user experience, character progression. In an action game? It seems alright. Let's try it out anyway. Let's see what happens. This is experimental. It's risky. There's hype coming to this one, so I hope we can generate something good. And it looks great. Better dialogues. Even though there's no focus on an action game. Artificial intelligence should be primary focus. Level design as well. Decent focus to it. So I'm assuming something along these lines. In a slope type of action. Let's try that out quickly. This is probably going to be very buggy. We're getting a lot of hype. I'm very happy to see this hype. Graphics. We have mono sound. World design, we have open world. Right. Sound does not matter. 3D graphics definitely matter. World design, open world, action game, day and night cycle. Sounds good because it's a vampire game. Makes perfect sense. The hype, everything surrounding it seems to be perfectly in place. Let's go ahead. Give me something good. We have a 2020, so I'm happy about that. Alright, these bugs are going to be difficult to get rid of, but we have an awful lot of research that I'm so happy about. We're under $1 million. We need some cash money. Immediately. Anything else? Let's do it. Hype 11, 52, 27. We need that. Bam! Great combo. Got the multiplier of 1.5. I am loving this game already. Let's go through this rather quickly. Boone is still on level 3, but he should level up after the next game. This has a new record for technology. It has hype. Let's release it. We need all the money we can get. Please give us good reviews. Give me a 10, give me a 9, give me an 8. Give me something. Come on. Don't be stingy. More. Close to a 7? 8? Oh, I'll take an 8. Give me a 9 or something. There we go. Hopefully this can generate something closer to $3 million. Hurry up. Let's generate that game report. We need that revamped. Rank number 12. We almost cracked the top 10. We're back over $1 million. And it's G3 again. 80K for a small booth. We're a small company. Why not? Vampire and action is a great combination. Story quest seems to be not important for this type of game. Graphics seems to be very important for this type of game. Glad to hear that. Let's get some more research done. Stereo sound is vital. And, oh, I can't really research anything with you. That's okay, though. Once he's finished, we can go to another game. Let's go through our game history one more time. Revamped got an 8, which I'm very happy about. 7.5 for APOC, which is a post-apocalyptic adventure. Again, it was rated M for mature. That seems to be our target audience. The Depths was a sequel to our previous game, and it was a poorly published sequel. We lost $28,000. Strategy, action, casual, RPG. Simulation is next, more than likely. So that's what we'll do. We'll build a simulation game. I don't know with what. Maybe we could research another topic. Let's see. Do we have another topic? Hacking, simulation? I don't know. Life simulation? I don't know if a life simulation game would be nice. Alright, so this is the G3 convention. We don't have a game to show them because it just... Well, no, we have Revamped. Revamped is still there. There we go. Jazzy Studios. 62,000, which is a record. We did not make it into the top 100 booths. Our office could really do some renovation. I'm going to hold off on this for a moment. We're going to need to develop a new game immediately. Small game. And we're going to have to pick the platform. Rated E for everyone seems to be suboptimal. Simulation, mature, strategy, mature. I don't know if I have the capabilities of doing this. This is a great combo. It says life simulation on the PC. Is a great combo. We've probably never tried it before. Let's do M for mature. It, again, might be a risk, but we're gonna... Let's call it That's Life. Whoops. We're gonna call this one That's Life. It's not an original title. I was gonna call it The Facts of Life, but I don't want to get sued. Anyhow, Torque 3D engine, our new engine. Let's go ahead and work with this. We're gonna go with 3D because, again, we're kind of strapped for cash. I would work 2D graphics. However, let's go ahead. So this says engine is important, as well as gameplay. Story quest, not so much. Not so much. Branching story, yes. So we could probably put it up to 50, something like that. Gameplay. Gameplay has to be up a bit more. I want that to be a big deal. Game tutorial, save game, character progression, and a life simulation seems logical. Let's go ahead with this combination. We're getting hype on this as well, because New Topics is trending. And we are asked to do an interview about the game. Let's agree to do this interview. Hype game, be modest. Hype game, be modest. Let's be modest. You never know if hyping the game and then you'll be a jerk, you know, if the game turns out to be not so good. Let's be modest. Thank you. Although, there we go. So, it's a simulation game. Something tells me dialogues aren't that useful, but we're gonna just a little bit because we added better dialogues here. Level design, a little bit down. We don't have any real level editing capabilities. Artificial intelligence should be important, I think. So let's go ahead. Market is normalized again, so I hope we don't lose any hype because of that. No, we've actually gained some. That's good. Over 100,000 units, just a shade under 110,000 units. Vina. This is the Dreamcast. It's Dreamvast, obviously, because copyright. New console, sports powerful graphic hardware. There we go. Oh wow, multiple noodle scratches. Excellent. So graphics and world design, sound don't seem to be very important. World design, I want a little bit of love to it. There we go. Mono sound, 3D graphics, open world, day and night cycle. Graphics all the way. Do it. I want more of this. I want more. Much more. Okay, we're over 50. Proposition to decrypt message. Yes, I know. Borrow some research. $60,000. No thank you. Can't afford that right now. We have 50 hype on this. And is that it? There we go. Oh, I'm fortunate that wasn't a bug. We have 50 hype on this, though. We have a multiplier of 1.3 because we have tried this combination before. It was just not monitored or researched properly. We leveled up our 3D graphics engine, which is quick because every game you do will level it up much quickly. Quicklier? That's a word now. Let's put that in the dictionary. Quicklier. Very good. Let's release the game. I can't really afford not to at this point. Otherwise, he's going to have to get fired. First reviews came in. Give me something decent. Something decent now. Come on. Give me a 7? 6? It's still a good game. It's just not a great game. Let's generate that game report. Is there anything you can research? Yes, you can research better artificial intelligence. Do that, even though it's going to cost us some money. Level design seems to be quite important for this type of game. That's nice to know. Back to 1 million. We were at 3.1 million at some point. Let's go ahead and keep developing games as quickly as possible. So we just did simulation. Casual does not work well for the PC. Not at all. So let's still pick the platform. 19.2 is the market share. Strategy game. Strategy game seems optimal. We're going to go with a sci-fi strategy game with Torque 3D engine. Rated M for mature. That seems to be our target audience, so let's go ahead with that. Now what can we call this one? We'll call this one Star Stuff. Yes, you're made of star stuff. Alright, so sci-fi strategy on the PC, Torque 3D. This is kind of a risk. It doesn't say anything about a good combo, okay combo. This is risky. So let's do a sci-fi strategy game for mature audience and see what happens. Again, cost-cutting measures, we're going to go 3D. Which seems unusual, however. Very good. Story quests are likely not important. We're going to go with a linear story. Simple cutscenes, yes. Yeah, we could just put that at 50%, that'd be okay. Gameplay, again, oof. Terrible. So it's going to be split between engine gameplay and very little effect on the story quest. What does that mean about our story quest here? No, we're still at 50%. That's okay. Let's go ahead. I'm keeping all the other stuff in there because I want a certain level of consistency. Again, we're getting a lot of hype for this. Level design is important for strategy, so whoop, up you go. Artificial intelligence and dialogues. We're going to go flat all the way down with them, which is a very risky move. However, I really have no choice in this matter. Let's go ahead. Very risky. See, he's even scratching his doodle about that one. And world design is very important for a strategy game. Graphic, probably not so much. Probably not so much. Let's put the graphic right around here, maybe. Sound all the way down. Sounds is really, in my experience, only good for music games or dance games, something along the casual lines. Let's just focus on this particular slider. 59,000 units sold. Better than nothing. Perhaps this one will do a little bit better. We seem to be consistently getting over 50 in design. I'm happy about that. Between two people? Absolutely. There we go. We have a little bit of hype going on into this one. There we go. 2 new records. A multiplier of 1.3. Let's just fast forward through this as quickly as possible. Both of us leveled up by creating this game. We have no choice. Under $1 million, let's release it. Achievement unlocked. Reach level 5 with a character. We're doing well. Someone on your team has reached experience level 5. This unlocks a special training called Boost. I haven't really played around with Boost very much. I will eventually. Easter eggs, huh? Not yet. I'm not happy about that, but not yet. Are we able to do... No, we're not just yet. After the reviews come out, we can. Stop clicking on the screen. Fingers crossed. Let's see if we can make something happen. Give me something decent. Decent. Come on. Give me something decent. These are erratic. That's incredibly erratic. How do you get a 4? And then, like, get 2 7s in a row? That's bizarre. I know it's a bizarre game, but still. It got a 6. Let's go ahead with that. Just gonna take a short pause for water. Alright, so sci-fi and strategy is a great combination. Good to hear. Engine seems to be quite important for this type of game. Topic, audience, and match is actually very good. Much better than I thought it would be. Excellent. You go on vacation. I don't want you going burnout on me. Can I research with you then? Easter eggs for level design. Eh. Let's do a dialogue tree. While we have $1 million to spare. There we go. Hey, Unblock Zippity Zap. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. I'm trying. It's a little difficult, but I can do it. So that would be the equivalent of the Dreamcast. Action games are especially popular at the moment. Shoot. Let me see. Seems that action games are especially popular at the moment. Oh really? The stream is buffering? Not good. Gonna have to find a way to fix that. Thank you for bringing that to my attention, though. I appreciate that. Let me think. Well, I don't know how much longer this game is gonna last because I'm just a little bit over $1 million. Shoot. Let me think. Well... let me think. Well, let's go to game history for a moment. Simulation. Action game we did already. It did well for a mature rated game. Oh, it's not? Okay. Let me think here. So if I already did vampire action, shoot. Let's go ahead and make another action game then. I don't like doing that so close to another action game, but we'll have no choice. We need the money. Pick a topic. Let's go with military action game on the PC with the Torque 3D engine, rated M for mature. We're gonna call it Let me think. Let's call them Shoot 'em Up. Very simple. I'm not creative with names. I would like to make a few references, but I don't know. We'll see. Mature. Alright. Because we're strapped for cash, again, we're going to go with the graphics version 1. That's a good sign. Alright, so engine. Might have to go down a scotch. Maybe. Gameplay seems to be important for an action game, obviously. So let's see, what else can I do? And well, story quest's gotta go down. Let's just leave it at that. I don't want to fiddle with that too much. $75,000 units sold from Star Stuff. Hey, we're going at a rapid pace here. Oh, sorry to lose you on block. Dialogues are absolutely not important. In an action game, level design is also not that important. What is important in an action game is, in fact, artificial intelligence. Gotta crank that all the way. Sadly, I don't have any selected features that I can use to enhance that. That's okay. Two months, the Vienna Oasis will be taken off the market, which is obviously the Sega Genesis. And graphics, of course, matter the most. World design, I don't want to focus too little on it because it is somewhat important. So, this is the balance we're going to go with. Open world, day-night cycle, mono sounds, and 3D graphics, which are the only selected features that I've accrued so far. Let's go ahead with this. And G3 convention is back up. We're going to go with an extra 80k. Not liking the fact that we're down here. It's the end of year 12, 11,000 fans. There we go. So we seem to be getting closer to a 60 in design, so that's good because of the level up that we have for both of these fine developers. There we go. New record. Multiplier of 1 by 3. New combination. Well, let's just fast forward through all of this, of course, as quickly as we can. Well, we have no choice. We're pretty close to $500,000, so. AI companions. I can't move into an office. I just can't. Can't afford it. Well, 68,000 people at the conference. That's not too bad. We didn't make the top 100 booths, obviously. I think we'd have to break 100,000 people, if I'm not mistaken. Done that already. Fingers crossed. Shoot 'em up. Please give me something. Something. Good. Give me something consistent. 7. Give me an 8. 8. 9. Okay, I'll take a 9. Give me an 8. There we go. This is a much more consistent score. I like that. That's beneficial. Definitely beneficial. Let's generate that game report as soon as possible. Shoot 'em up, military action. The Vino Oasis is no longer supported. Can we do some training? Is there a bonus? No? Let's do Code Incomplete with him. It'll cost 5 research points, but I just want to show everybody what Code Incomplete can do. Might as well. Post-analysis. Gameplay seems to be quite important for this type of game. Well, that's good. Good to know. Technology is getting up there. Speed has to go up significantly. Research, not so much. Design, he's very good at, so I'm happy about that. And yeah, we can't really do anything. We're back up to 1.3 million though, which is excellent. Great news. Right. So, while that's selling, we still need more money. I don't want to have to make another action game. We're at year 12, month 8, week 3, just beginning week 4. 13,000 fans. I'm going to save my research points for something else. But, I don't know. Market share seems to be going down for the PC, but I'm going to keep at it. It's relatively consistent, like I've said. So, we'll see. Strategy simulation. Let's have a look at the game history again before we go ahead with this. Star stuff. Let's go with... Shoot. So we did action, strategy, simulation, action, adventure. Likely it's going to have to be RPG next. So, I don't know. Let's go ahead and develop a new RPG then. Mature, mature, mature. Medieval. We haven't tried medieval yet. That kind of has me scratching my chin a little bit. I'd be interested to see what that would do, honestly. Yeah, let's try... No, a medieval strategy game? That might actually be good. We did try a strategy game before, though. RPG. Can we do a life RPG? No. Comedy RPG? That would be unusual. Superhero RPG? Maybe it'll give me some hints. Hospital RPG. Military RPG? No. We already did the military topic, so I don't want to delve too deeply into it. Sci-fi RPG. Rated E for everyone works with sci-fi. Sci-fi is an all-rounder. I am so fortunate that I've gotten this. The only thing I can think of is really post-apocalyptic. It's really good for M for Mature rated. Specifics. Medieval RPG. Let's just give it a try. I haven't tried it before, so... Rated E for everyone. What's a good medieval title? Let's call it... Olden Times. There we go. That's a nice little title. Of course, we're going to keep it rated E for everyone. Medieval's kind of decent for that, is my suspicion. I'm not 100% on that. So I apologize that the stream isn't as good as I thought it would be in terms of buffering. I'm going to have to look further into that. I had no idea that was the case. So, for cost-cutting measures, again, we're going to go 3D Graphics V1. Hey, Mr. Meerkat. So glad you could join me today. Alright, we are doing an RPG, Medieval. Gameplay seems to be important. Now, story quests I may have to put up a little bit more than engine, or at least keep it on the level. I see it being a little bit more even in that regard. Branching story might be better. Yes, in an RPG. Seems likely. Let's give this a try and see what comes of it. What happens if I put the engine all the way down? Right. Alright, so let's try this combination and see what works. Okay. Oh, nice to hear that, Mr. Meerkat. 30 bucks. Boom stand and a pop filter, you can't go wrong there. Tired? Yeah, I know what you mean. I've been up since... Well, actually, I don't think I actually probably slept maybe 3 hours last night. So, and this week is going to be a very difficult week, so it's likely going to be a go to bed at 4 in the morning, wake up at 7 in the morning for the rest of the week. Which is okay, I can still function. It's not a problem. I've been doing that pretty much all my life anyway. But, yeah, it's just going to be a little bit more particularly busy this week. Yeah, I'm surprised that, I don't know who Unblock is, but sad. I'm sad that I was able to lose him, that I lost him. That's okay. My concern would be that the stream is not to the best quality. Quality is very important to me, so. And please be honest about that. If there's any problems, by all means, give me some criticism about it. Let me have it. I can take it. Alright, so we're going to go with this on the medieval RPG that I've created. And of course, if you guys have any suggestions in terms of like what I'm going to be doing in terms of making a game, if you have any suggestions as to a combination you'd like to see, I'd love to hear from you. Shoot 'em Up is now off the market, sold 132,000 units, just a shade under $1 million, so we're doing well. We're kind of bouncing back here. 6 or 7 hours of mowing, wow. That is some hard work. That's some hard work. I feel for you, man, really do. That's what Unblock was suggesting, yes, and I take everything, you know, seriously because I'm new at this, so I want to make sure that everybody has the equal amount of quality there. Alright, so we're going to go with dialogues, level design, and artificial intelligence, which is not very important for an RPG. This is development stage 2. We're already doing kind of good, all things considered. Let's go ahead and click OK on this one. A friend of mine is greatly involved with the organization. He wants to get more women into technology. They're looking for a sponsor. $1.2 million, it would be good PR. $60,000. Ah, sure, go ahead. Maybe it'll help us. This is very good. I'm really impressed with this. Okay, graphics are going to go up. And sound all the way down. World design seems to be okay where it's at. What if I put this all the way down? I see. So, right. Let's just leave it where it is. With mono sound, open day and night cycle, 3D graphics. Sure, let's go ahead with that. We have a deal of hype coming up, so that's good. Master V, that's the Sega Master System, if I'm not mistaken. Scratching your noodle. Nice, this is a record right here. I see, okay. Well, that's good to know. Alright, so this is intriguing. I'm gonna debug that. There were quite a few bugs in that game. And we're still adding to design and tech. Let's see if we can get tech up one more. Wow, good input. This is almost 100. 90. This is a record. Hey, we got a new combination, so multiplier of 1.5. Always happy to see that. Let's just fast forward through all of these. More level ups. The engine is leveling up beautifully. Yeah, we need the money for certain, so let's go ahead and release this game. 3D graphics version 2. Vonnie has announced... I forgot the name of that console right off the top. The Dreamcast? That doesn't make any sense. Oh, the Play System 2, I see. Really? That looks kind of weird. I've never seen that particular build. We could certainly use some renovation. Fine, let's invest 150k into that. Why not? Hey, there we go. New equipment, that's good to hear. We have a nice little lounge here, some coffee. Always could use some coffee. Please give me a 10. Yes! Give me another one. Ah! This is a 10 as well. I hope you're watching, Mr. Rearcat. This one's for you, my friend. Ah! You see how close I got to that one? I'm very happy about this. This should be another few $1 million. At least I'm hoping. Get a new standard for early gaming industry. Woo! Generate a gaming report. 9.75. We have so got to make a sequel about this one. Master System is no longer supported. There we go. I'm just going to leave these up for the YouTube stream when I put that up. Oh, there you go. No prizes, but it should be a great way to increase everybody's skills. I'm very happy to hear that. No more trends, but we were ranked number 1. Woohoo! You get a 10, and you get a 10. We all get 10s. Medieval and RPG is a great combination. That's nice to hear. This is the first time I've tried that combination, to be completely honest with you guys. World design seems to be very important. Okay, that's nice to know. Woo! So thankful about this. That's a definite sequel maker. I'm actually in the same boat with you in there in that regards, Oreo Tard. About the same amount, 27 cents. That's what I've gotten. Olden Times, the newest buzz, the newest game by Jazzy Studios. Apparently I've set a record for primitive gaming, so can't say how awesome that is. Multi-genre, right? We have to do this. Combine a bunch of genres together. For example, action adventure, or role-playing adventure, role-playing action game. So I'm going to save my money for multi-genre, or not my money, my research points for multi-genre. This is an excellent position to be in. I thought this was going to be a bankrupt game. So I'm very thankful that I was able to make such a great game. We are at 16.7k fans. Year 13, month 1, week 1. Shoot. We're doing some big things, ladies and gentlemen. Really? Gumballs are still 99 cents? Oh wait, when I was young it was actually 2-cent gum, but then again I'm pretty old. Right, so we ended up doing an RPG. That's fun. That's excellent. That's awesome. I just don't know how we can follow that one up because it's going to be a disappointment. So let's go ahead and have a look at what we can do on the PC then. We just did that RPG, and that's only 2 pluses. Wow. Let's have a look at the old game list before we go ahead and make one. We have money to play with now, so I'm very happy about that. We could even probably hire a 3rd person, as a matter of fact. Shoot, why don't we go ahead and do that? We're going to hire another employee. So, our previous... Oh, thank you very much, Oreo. I'm going to be doing a video about that. I was supposed to release the shout-out video and the thank you for the 50 subs videos today, but for whatever reason, they're just not processing. I attempted that at 9, 10 o'clock this morning, and for whatever reason, they just don't want to process. So I have to do them on probably another piece of software that I use to record. I'll be doing a video about 35 to me is old. I feel like Professor Farnsworth. Dude, I'm like way old. No, I feel older than what I am, though. In terms of the videos, though, this week, like I said, is going to be a very busy week. Every day is going to be a video or two, maybe 2 videos this week, and more consistent scheduling. And I also have business outside of this in the province. I have to do some traveling this week, so it's going to be a busy week, but I'm going to keep doing my thing. So, we can actually probably go with a budget of about 30k. No, let's not take that risk. Let's go 20k. Rather than going with showreel or game demo, complex algorithms, let's do... Shoot, let's do game demo. No. You know what? Let's not even bother with a specific pre-filter. Let's just go with a budget of 20k and see what we can pull off. We just got word that Olden Times, which was recently released by Jazzy Studios, has racked up over 500k. There we go. In sales. That was good. Gold status. Well done. Shane Daniel. Caden Hoffman. Speed. Research. 11k per month. Level 1. Not very good at design. Okay at technology. Again, very good at design. 9k a month. 289 speed at level 1. You're mad. I don't feel like doing either one of these particular gentlemen. Design 170, but we already have somebody who's good at design. Let's focus on technology then. At a level 1, 118, we're going to mold Shane Daniel here into a programming machine. Let's go ahead with this. Hey, how you doing? Microsoft announced that they're going to be unveiling the M-Box. With a huge M on it. The Mario Box. Let's call it the Mario Box. Skype should actually be set up this evening. I'm sorry I haven't been able to do that like I promised. I would have done it before this broadcast. It'll be done this evening though, and I should... I'll let you know as soon as possible. Definitely, Oreo. Alright, so let's do a train. Welcome! I love this guy's speed, right off the bat. His research, all of this has to be worked on. No problems. You might have to... Bonnie has been released. Platform Play System 2. Everybody's tired. Can we do training, research, Easter eggs? I'm not going to focus on Easter eggs. Like I said, multi-genre is the word here. Is everybody okay? We're steady climbing? Good. Just want to be sure. This is golden. I'm absolutely thrilled about this game. Absolutely thrilled. Alright. starting to grow. I've updated our client list. This is for contract work, obviously. Medium-sized contracts have been unlocked. So we could probably get medium-sized games going now, which I'm happy to report. Now, let's train you a little bit. Oh, these are interesting. Ah, yes, the practice thing. I forgot about that. These are obviously much more expensive, 70k, so forth. This is next level stuff. So I'm just going to focus with him. He's at level 1. Let's just focus on getting his technology up as much as possible. Technology, game dev gems have to go up. As well as design would have to go up, technology and design. Research's speed is just, wow. Research maybe likely. So we're going to focus on these two with Mr. Daniel. First things first, start training in this one. Merkonoft. Merkonoft. Beautiful. I think we could eventually focus on... Yeah, we have 3 people of level 3. I'm happy to report that. You don't have to go to vacation, do you? I think he's decreasing. Let's send him on vacation while we're training Shane here. Perfect. So we're going to do another roughly hour here. It's going to be an early evening because I have a lot of work to do. Like you said, Oreo, I got to get this Skype thing settled. Just a quick question about Skype, because I haven't worked with Skype in about, oh geez, year, maybe 2. Do you necessarily need a camera for it to work? It's no big deal or anything. I just have to go walk a little bit to borrow a neighbor's camera, more than likely. Small booth yet again. I think I don't want to overstep my cost here, because we do have 3 employees that we have to balance now. Brilliant. So everybody is comfortable? Beautiful. Game history. 9.75. Wow, do we ever have to make a sequel for this. $4.9 million. So happy. Action was the previous one prior to that. Strategy, simulation, action. Most likely adventure. You don't need one? Okay, great. Most likely it will be adventure. You can just use audio. Excellent. Excellent. Let's develop a new game. Detective. Adventure. 4. Although 16.9 market share. It's still okay. Let's do this M for mature for the time being. And pick that 3D engine. Detective adventure game. Let's call it Who Done It? All one word. Who done it? Exclamation point. I don't know if that's a thing. If it is copywritten, I apologize. Good. Let's go ahead with this. Just M for mature for now. 3D graphics V1. We're going to save a little bit of money. At least we're getting some sort of consistency now. So story quest on an adventure game is exceptionally important. Engine does have to be focused on a little bit. Gameplay... Ooh, shoot. It says that gameplay doesn't really matter that much. But I want to get it up to at least 50. Gotta get at least 50 up there. So that's to say engine should... Yeah, okay, the engine should be roughly about there. Yes, that seems legitimate. Right. Here we go. 3 people. We should be good to go. Gamer Pro, I got word that we're working on something new. Let's do an interview for this game called Who Done It? Let's see, many of our readers are curious about what decisions... Are we going to focus more on graphic or artificial intelligence? For an adventure game? I don't want to give away anything either, so I'm going to say I don't know. I've never chosen that option before. I want to see what this does. I don't think it'll affect us negatively. I certainly hope not. Thank you very much, GamerPro. I expect 30s now. Alright, with 2 people we were able to do so much more. Nancy Wilson said they're experimenting. Excellent. Artificial intelligence is down. Level design. For an adventure game, level design. Dialogues would likely be up on a detective adventure game. Here comes our conference at G3. $4.9 million. So happy. 80,000 people have visited our convention. We still didn't break the top 100, I don't think. Yes. To break into the top 100 booths, we would have to go over 100,000 people, I think. This is not good. This is already in the 2nd stage, and technology is terrible. This is our 3rd stage, and technology hasn't even broken 20. Poopers. Poopers, I say. So they're kind of dropping hints as to what we should be doing in terms of world design and graphic. Let's go ahead with this combination. Look at the hype behind this, though. I can't neglect this game, despite the fact that the technology is not up to par. I simply can't do that. Gotta watch out for bugs, too. The new guy is likely going to bug this game incredibly. There. 54 hype, 83 research, which was what we were looking for. We have a new combination, a multiplier of 1.5. Fast forward through all of this. A lot of hundreds here. The difference is we had a game that was just incredible the last time, so to follow that up would be near impossible. Strong audience right now is a young audience. We could experiment with that. Maybe a little bit. I don't know. We haven't tried it before. We'll try it now, I think. New topic, new combination. I don't want to trash this game. It has 72. Why not? Let's just go ahead with this. Video playback and advanced cutscenes. This is going to be a bad game, just because I feel it. Who done it? I did it. It's decent, okay. That's not good. Alright. Can you give me a 5 or a 6? 5 or 6? Darn. Poopers. Maybe a detective game in the young audience would have worked. I didn't even break 50. Look at this. What a drop-off in quality. Oh, I'm gonna have to do that after. You. Research. Multi-genre. Immediately. You can train. And we'll train you in Make Me Think. Want to get your stuff up. Detective and adventure is a great combination. Sound seems to be not very important for this type of game, which I kind of figured as much. Don't scratch your head. We moved to a new office. You should not have lice. So yeah, this one cracked the top 100, but it didn't do as well as I thought it would. No problems. Multi-genre has been completed. Let's go ahead and make a new game again. We're going to focus on a young audience this time and see what happens. We can now multi-task with the genres. So, action, adventure for a young audience. What would be a good idea for a young audience? Sci-fi is well-rounded. Let's pick it on the PC with the game engine. Young audience, small game. A sci-fi action adventure game. What are we going to call it? What could we call it? This is original. Sci-fi kids. That's original. So, science, action adventure game for the PC. Yes. We'll give it a shot, see what happens. Again, even though we do have $4.8 million, I want to try with the 3D graphics a little bit more. It seemed to have generated some bit of a buzz. Brilliant. This is going to cost a lot of money. Gameplay. Adventure. Story quests should be important for an adventure game. Action adventure. See, this is when you start to... This is when you start to run into problems, because action games focus on gameplay as well. Right. So you want to get your action and your gameplay story quests to be okay, and then the engine itself can kind of take a back seat. At least I think so. Let's focus on that. There's some hype behind this, though, and I'm happy to report that. The M-Box has been released. Level editor, better dialogues. We don't really have much for development stage. Sci-Fi kids. Let's see. Again, for action adventure, we have better dialogues. For an action game, though, you do need some artificial intelligence, though. Not a lot, but some. Level design can take a back seat, and we can just kind of play with that. 62,000 units. Very disappointing compared to the last one, but that's to be expected. The last one was an incredibly huge hit. Yes, Oreo, any suggestions? Absolutely. I'll take any suggestions you may have. 44 and 16. 17 research, 9 bugs, hype 10. Sound is definitely not important. World design, graphic. Yeah, let's just leave that as is for now and see what we can do with it. This is the first time we've done a hybrid. This is going to be a bit of a process now. Good, so we've cracked 30 in technology. Let's see if we can crack 70 in design. Yeah, there we go. Hype 16, I'll certainly take that sort of hype. .3D graphics have reached level 4. That was very quick, as a matter of fact. Chicken shawarma? Let's call it chicken shawarma. Why not? It's fun. This is how you spelled it. So, shawarma. Correct? I'll wait for you. I'm going to take a sip of water while I do so. That's how it's spelled, so we're going to go with that, I think. This one's dedicated to Oreo. Let's release the game. Fingers crossed. No. Young audience does not work on the PC very well. And... ugh. Terrible. That's what's so difficult about the... That's what's so difficult about the crossing over of other genres, is that you don't know what the combination is going to be like and what to focus on. That's a bit of a disappointment, but that's okay. That's how we learn. Oh, new guy's getting a little tired. Sci-fi and action-adventure is a great combination. That's great to hear. Sound seems to be quite important for this type of game. That was not foreseen. Totally my fault. I should have thought of something like that. Platform is okay for a young and PC audience. So that's refreshing. I thought that young would be neglected. That was totally my fault, though. Very good. Let's do some research. And likely we are going to need to get some Easter eggs. I think we're okay on topics. I think. We'll have a look. Hacking movies. Hacking movies, vocabulary. If children and young become... Romance, really? Let's go hacking. We want to get as many topics as possible as well. I don't want it to be just the same topics all over. You can research a topic while you're here. Time travel, that's a good one. Chrono Trigger, right off the bat. It seems the market has normalized again with no trends. I really don't like following trends. I'd rather set them. Call me old-fashioned. 27,000 units. Every little bit helps, though. We have $4.4 million. Much better shape than I thought it would be. There we go. Time travel is now completed. Develop a new game. Let's just do a little recap. We have lost some fans. 15,000.8. Year 14, month 4, week 2, $4.3 million. Small. We're still on the small. I don't know when we'll go to medium, but I'm unsure. We'll see. We're not going to do a sequel to Medieval until we get a new gaming engine. Well over $1 million worth of a gaming engine. In the meantime, we're missing a couple here. Oh yes, hacking and romance and vocabulary. So, like I said, well, actually, let's have a look at the trend of what we've made so far. Game history. Sci-fi action adventure we made a hybrid of. Adventure. That's another reason probably why it didn't work so well, because we made a adventure game prior to that that had a bad rating. So again, I wasn't paying attention. So the next combination should be a strategy simulation. Yes? Strategy simulation seems to be a bit of a unusual combination. Let's focus on... What's a good focus? Let's focus on a mature audience. Cost is nothing so far. So let's see, what's a good combination? Strategy simulation, surgery, strategy, simulation. That's a lot of S's. Pick platform. Again, we're going to go with the PC. Strategy and simulation, amateur audience. This should be, you would think, pretty much a hit. So, let's head over to the PC and do that with the Torque 3D engine. What to call it? Let's call it... Doctor Strange. Not Doctor Strangelove, just Doctor Strange. Ode to the Marvel Comics, which I'm assuming, I think that movie should be out next year, if I'm not mistaken. Gotta tie all this into the Infinity Wars. Great, so it's going to be a little bit cost effective, which I'm happy to report. Next, we're going to go with the graphics again, just being a little bit more cost effective. Hopefully this hits well. Branching story. No, we don't really need that. We definitely need all of these, though. Gameplay, story quest. I don't need that. Yeah, let's put that down. Gameplay and engine should be boop, right up there. Gameplay, engine story quests all the way down. Yes. Seems likely. Maybe? Maybe put this down halfway? Something like this. Let's try that as an experiment. As always, fingers crossed. We gotta make this happen. So, for the second artificial intelligence, dialogue doesn't seem to be very important at all. It's a strategy simulation. Level design may take a little bit more. However, artificial intelligence seems logically something that would be seen in a strategy simulation. Let's go ahead with this experiment. Again, G3 has asked us to attend, so let's go with a small booth. Let me see some big numbers here, big numbers. It's like playing Wheel of Fortune, big money. Alright, so world design, sound, ooh. I don't think sound would be a big deal. World design, maybe. But graphics seems to be... You want to make sure that you can do all of that. So, let's go ahead with this. If this does not pan out, which it doesn't look like it will, I could always... Yeah, it only has one hype. Really? I don't remember we patched... Did we patch that? Did we unbug that? I thought we debugged that. Alright, so develop patch 40k, do it. Gotta patch that immediately. The moment it's brought to your attention, you gotta patch that. I'm not sure what to make of this one. Surgery, strategy, simulation. Doctor Strange. You're telling me. 82,000, which is better than the 80. Hype 56. You're mad. Vina has confirmed the discontinuation of the Dreamvast. Yes. Can we do anything? No? There we go. It's a new combo. I get the multiplier of 1.5. I'm just skeptical as to the design and technology that went into making it. It seems so lackluster, but it's a good new refreshing combination, and we're starting to go down in cash, so I don't know. I don't know. Let's release the game and find out for sure. I'm curious. Rich backstory? I'm liking that. Oh, send you on vacation. You probably don't want to hear the news anyway. I'll train you again. You haven't leveled up yet, have you? Let's do... Coding complete. Let's do that immediately. Fingers crossed on this one again. Oh, no. Really not liking this. And this one gives us a 4. So after making a notable hit, we have not been able to capitalize on it at all. That's disappointing. Let's generate a game report. Doctor Strange. Indeed, it was strange. Maybe it's not a good idea to do such unusual combinations. Well, stop scratching the noodle. Get to it. Surgery, strategy, simulation is an okay combination. Alright. Story quest seems to be not very important for this type of game. Yeah, sure. And topic audience match is good. Not great. Okay. We're generating a little bit of cash here, so I'm alright with that. But, disappointing overall. Very good. Let's go ahead and develop more game. This is the 30th game we've made so far. Excellent. What can we make? What can we make? What can we make? Action RPG. Action RPG. Military. Action RPG. Oof. Oof. Because military action's a great combination. Adding RPG to the mix might rub people the wrong way. I don't know. And E for Everyone is not a very good... Because RPG is a... Yeah. Because the military action in and of itself is a great combination. Yeah, let's try it out. I don't... let's try to make this thing happen. Action RPG. Military strategy rated E for Everyone. Again, it's risky. We have $4 million to play with, but we have 3 employees, so we can lose this money rather quickly. No problem. Let's really think about this title for now. Let's think about this title and see if we can do good things with it. Military Action RPG. Well, one of my favorite books. War of the Worlds. Oops. Let's go ahead with this. I realize this is copywritten. Let's just say we got the rights for it, for the sake of argument. 3D graphics, V1. We'll try it out. So, it seems to me it's an RPG. Branching story. Ooh. Engine. Yeah, right there. Story quests. That's gotta stay there. Can we put it down? There we go. Put it up. There we go. That's a decent balance. I know for a fact that if it's an action game, it has to be about the gameplay. I'm skeptical again, but let's try it out. Let's try it out. We're getting some hype for this right off the bat. Play system will be taken off the market in 2 months. I want this to be max. See, every stage should be around 10 or more for a decent game. Action game, you need artificial intelligence. RPG, you need more dialogue. Can we just drop everything and see what happens? No. Artificial intelligence should be about here. Level design. Dialogue should be about there. Something like that. Level design. Shoot. I don't know. This should be a huge chunk. Action game. RPG. RPG needs dialogues, not so much level design. It's a difficult thing to balance, but we're going to keep trying this. Money is dwindling. So are our fans. They're getting restless. Understandably so. We've made a lot of stinkers the past maybe 2-3 games. Let's try it again. We want 30-30 if we can. Or 30, 20, at least 20. Darn. Action RPG. Graphic, of course. World design. Has to be up there. Let's add a little bit more to sound if we can. Focus a little bit more on world design. Graphics is always a good thing. 3D. Year 14, month 9, week 4. We're just about to enter the 10th month. Few bugs on this one. Puzzlement. Maybe... There's 10 hype on this. If this particular combination doesn't work, we're just going to stick with single combos. Single genres, that is to say. I don't want to have to experiment more. Losing money. Doctor Strange, 41,000. We're dwindling in units sold. People are getting hungry for something decent. Okay, so 30 there. That's not too bad. The Game Sphere. There it is. Interesting. Alright. Optical disk drive. Let's get rid of these bugs. Anything else you want to add? One to technology, 2. Another one to design, 2 to design. Play system is no longer supported. Let's release this. Hype. Doesn't have a good combination. That scares me a little bit. Shane Daniel gets his first level up during this particular game release. New record in terms of technology for this combination. Yeah, let's give it a whirl. Shane Daniel has increased to 22. Achievements! Woohoo! Who's going to do achievements for me? You. No. Research. Video playback is 40, 40, 40. Rich backstory achievements. We could do both of these. In fact, we could probably do... gameplay. World design. Gameplay. And the first reviews came in. Fingers crossed. Come on! Yeah. See, but then this one gives me something else. It's so random. 3, 5, 4. 3. You shouldn't forget about engine. Okay. Generate that game report. 3.75. This is 3 stinkers in a row. So, yeah, I'm done with the combinations. Just for now, I don't want to waste any more money or any of my fans' time. Yeah, this didn't even crack the top 100. You can also research 3D graphics version 2. Military and action RPG is a good combination. World design seems to be quite important for this type of game. It's good to hear. You. Train. More. For stuff. Still with coding complete. I like your speed. I absolutely love your speed. I don't care about your research. Your technology is what I'm paying you for. So... Year 15, we're about halfway there. Little under halfway there, as a matter of fact. So, okay. Just gonna wait for him to finish his training. Technology's coming up very nicely. Good. Rumors are spreading in Denbo. Right. Okay, let's go straight away with a new game. This will be a 31st. And we're just going to go with one genre this time. So let's have a look at our terrible game history for the past maybe 3 games. War of the Worlds did horribly. So did Doctor Strange, Sci-Fi Kids, and Whodunit. 4 games in a row that were stinkers. This one is what generated $4.9 million for us. Ridiculous. So... Strategy, simulation. I'm sorry, what was the latest one again? I just gotta go back. Action RPG. Strategy simulation. Action adventure. Prior to that, it was just a straight adventure. RPG, action, strategy. So I guess simulation is up next. Just gotta make sure of that. Action RPG, strategy simulation. Yeah, a straight simulation might help us salvage this. For the time being, we're gonna go rated M for mature, which is a better demographic for us. Let's do... Sure, surgery doesn't work well with us. Rated E for everyone, hospital, yes, okay. Surgery, simulation, yet again, although, yeah. Rated E for everyone. Suboptimal for the PC, but we'll try it again. And if this doesn't generate at least, I don't know. Let's say a 6. Then I'll just drop the... Yeah, we'll call it a night after that. And $3.4 million. Fans are dropping rapidly. We had at 16.7 at some point. We're losing fans constantly because 4 stinkers in a row will do that to any fan base. So let's go ahead with Surgery Simulation PC Torque 3D. What are we going to call it? Again, it's going to be a small game. What are we going to call it? Let's see. Let's call it Heart Transplant. There we go. Surgical procedure, why not? Give it a go. 3D graphics version 1. We're going to try to save money, of course. War of the Worlds, 43. Actually, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. Did better than the last one. This one says that engine is very important. Story, quest really doesn't matter. Gameplay. I'll put that down to here. Engine, let's focus on that primarily. And gameplay second. There we are. Story quest doesn't really matter. We'll put a linear story in that instead of a branching one. Stop scratching your noodles, gentlemen. We're working on a new game. Yes, let's give an interview. Surgery simulation. More on... graphic. Thank you. Right. We're going to focus more on graphics this time. We got a little bit of hype. That was just the first stage. We got 10 on the first stage for each one. That's a huge plus for us. Artificial intelligence in a simulation. Yes. Dialogue, not so much. Artificial intelligence, it's rated E for everyone. Let's make it a little easy. Dialogue doesn't really matter. Sure, why not? Let's give that a go. Put this up a little bit so that it's not completely neglected. Let me see a 2020. Yeah, 2020 at least. Yeah, okay. Boom and boom. Never mind you, world design. Graphic is incredibly important. So never mind you. It might be open world, day-night cycle. We're still doing it this way. Give me that cash money. $3.2 million. Not enough for 3 people. Here we go. These bugs will fix themselves. TES64 will be taken off the market. Everybody's still having ideas. That's good. Let's take a small booth. Finish this up. We have 3 hype. We should have a little more hype here. This is a new record. I just hope this does not come across as being repetitive. That's my concern. $2.9 million, we're starting to fade away again. So let's cross our fingers that this one is going to work out well. Send you on vacation, you're the new guy. Can we get a generate game report? On this one, we don't know what it is. Here are the first reviews. Fingers crossed. Give me that sweet, sweet. Give me something. Something to work with. 7? 6? 6 is fine. Is this another 6? Alright. There. At least it's above average. I'm happy about that. Can we get something? Some sort of momentum? Nothing. But we're back to $3 million. Let's fast forward through this as well. We could have actually waited for this to pass before we released the game, and I really should have done that. 87,000 people came to the booth. We could have used that boost. We did not. That's my fault. Surgery and simulation is a great combination. Gameplay seems to be very important for this type of game. TES64 is no longer supported. So we're back on the plus side in terms of game creation. After a streak of this many stinkers, after making arguably one of the best games I've made during this playthrough, Medieval RPG, we're going to have to make a sequel to that once we make our next gaming engine. So I think that's a nice place to stop the session for this evening. I realize everybody's busy doing their thing. So we are at 14,300 fans. Year 15, halfway there. Week 3, $3.2 million. We just published a game. That was average. Heart transplant, surgery simulation. We're going to go back. We're going to continue with the single genres for a while. And that should be satisfactory. We'll pick it up next Sunday until we go completely bankrupt or we beat the game, whichever comes first. So, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to say thank you very much for watching, and much love and respect to each and every one of you. Big things coming up this week. I'm hoping that you'll drop by my YouTube channel, say hello. And I'll be streaming every day this week, same time, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. The schedule will be out tomorrow. That video's already up. I have it scheduled for a 6 o'clock release. I'm sorry, 5 p.m. release Eastern Standard Time. Alright. I'm just looking through my emails. I apologize for that. Anyhow, thank you very much again, everybody, for watching. I really appreciate it. So take care. Have a pleasant evening and a great week.